Another Champions League night is upon us, and of interest the most, that game of the day, Atletico Madrid they faced Liverpool at the Estadio Wanda Metropolitano Stadium in Madrid, the head of Spain. Another fixture that interests me is PSG against RB Leipzig, where I get to see Lionel Messi in action against the likes of Sebas has left, and as well as Upamecano. But RB Leipzig, they're still very good side, so we expect them to put a very big challenge and probably cause an upset about beating PSG. They also lost a game in the Champions League this season, or lost a game throughout the whole season. But let's see what becomes of them today. We'll talk about that later. But quickly over to the action. In the weekend, the most interesting of all was Leicester City defeating Manchester United at the Gimbar Stadium, and Liverpool as well feasting at Vicarage Road on Watford. 5 goals to nothing. We'll talk about Salah's goal. We'll talk about Salah's assist. We'll talk about Salah equaling Didier Drogba's record of the most goals by an African in the Premier League, and we'll talk about Roberto Firmino's hat trick as well. We'll talk about Sadio Mane joining the Centurion Club in the Premier League without a single penalty. That's a close. So great to hear that, and we'll talk about the boys, the Samba boys that were unable to make the trip to Vicarage Road, but would be available for the game uh, at one of the Metropolitano Stadium today. That is like a Firmino did make it. It was out on injury. Was not called up to the Brazilian squad. Fabinho, Alison Becker. Yeah, we'll talk about the two of them, and probably they get to make the lineup today. And also talk of Chelsea against Brentford. Talk about Crystal Palace yesterday. The action against Arsenal. What a tough game was. Ended 2 goals, 2-all, 2 apiece for its teams. And Patrick Vieira was not so was so disappointed at the end of the game when Arsenal did get that an equaliser. But courtesy of Alexander Lacazette's first goal of the season. A lot of people have poked him to get his first goal, but finally he did get it. Yeah, living that away, Salah. You can't just do that every week. You know, you can't just smash on the goal every week like that. You can't just be like Messi every week. But he's probably the hottest property in the on the world of football right now. Not just the Premier League. This actually portrays my point. Why I say he should have been the player of the month for September. Now, probably you get a October. He's got to start performances. Let's say he puts in a 5-shot performance against Manchester United on the 24th of October. That's Sunday. This Sunday. Let's hope he does back in. Definitely. If he does put in the 5-shot performance, just like he's done against Manchester City and Watford at Vicarage Road, he might just be the player of the month for the first time this season. And I do really hope we smash United come Sunday. Then crashes probably. Yeah. I'll talk about the assist. Look at the quality of assist, but I cannot feel the synergy between Salah and Mane this season is stronger than ever. And Sadio Mane, briefly, just to it's Champions League week, but we can't just skip the action of the weekend. Mane has been so accurate this season. Talk of goals has missed over the past seasons, but kind of goals like this, he's been bagging in the goals. He's got putting them in there. I think the only rivals that have been he's the season is probably his teammate Firmino has got 6 goals. Salah, I think Salah scored 6 or 7 goals as well. Then also Jamie Vardy, who scored 7 goals in 8 games. Otherwise, so I think these have been his biggest rivals this season. And I do really hope he continues with it from. And also about Firmino. About is coming in that Firmino scored. He's only started 1 game and he's got more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo. That was on the better side actually. Yeah, glad to see Firmino scoring a hat trick. That was his first hat trick since the game against Arsenal in 2019. I mean, that's been a long time, and it's been coming actually, and he's very fantastic for Liverpool this season as well. Got 2 goals in the last Champions League game against Porto, and he's also been very lucky as well, I feel. So he's not had that much game time as Diogo Jota, but he's been banging the goals, and I feel he's been so instrumental as well, probably than Jota. But I think Jota still remains his top spot where we do start against Atletico Madrid tonight. So probably up front, I've got Jota, Salah, Mane. Firmino gets to come in the 60 minutes as always, probably, and I get to see Fabinho being introduced into the midfield. Firmino, Henderson, and probably James Milner has been so strong of a season, and the Liverpool lineup. I'll go with Ibrahim Konate. I'll go with Ibrahim Konate did tonight against Atletico Madrid. Ibrahim Konate, Virgil van Dijk, Robertson, and of course the Scouser. No, I'll not pick the Goose Scouser. I go with Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course. And Alisson gets to take his number one back spot from Kiel Mikel, who also did brilliantly over the weekend. Now, talking about Chelsea against Brentford, I mean, that was one game that I didn't really look forward to, considering the way Brentford just gave Liverpool a tough time when we did play. The earlier this season ended 3-0, yeah, but I think Chelsea did the needful. They were able to they were unable to contain them, but they put Chelsea in that hell for the past 20 minutes, and thankfully they've got Edward Mendy. So let's go past Brentford, and it was a very, very brilliant scene to watch. Everyone knows what the threat that Brentford brings. The criticism were actually coming in when Liverpool did bottle that lead from 2 goals to 1, and then 3, or when the lead bottled that lead, the criticism came in. But now that they've faced Chelsea, probably precisely a more stronger team this season, hard to be honest. And they've seen what they could do. Manchester City, United, they're gonna jet up for Brentford, and we might just see a Brentford in Europe next season, just by the fact that they just got promoted to the Premier League. Just by the way, I've got much to speak about them. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is gonna fix himself. He's got the support of the board, so I just feel he should fix the team. He's got enough quality players, and what I do think is, last season we did see a Pogba more of the Pogba in the flanks. That was towards the end of last season and the beginning of the season. A Pogba walking towards the flanks and Sarge the more, and it gave space. Give him the absence of Ronaldo gave him space to up playing on the flanks and the sides. That was towards the end of last season. That did have very, very, very great performances. But come the Ronaldo, he's got to play in the midfield, and Pogba ain't got that discipline to play in the midfield. I would say, that control over yourself to play in the midfield. He loses the ball, does a whole lot of awful things, and you kind of feel, oh, it's just Pogba, come on. But I do feel Gunnar Solskjaer has got to fix the team himself. You see players like Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes raising up their hands in the game, and I mean that means gotta stop. I can't to Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville on the podcast, but I think Solskjaer's got to fix everything by himself. He's got a very, very brilliant team to fix, so I should do that after the game against Liverpool when we do smash them at force. Yeah. So we talk about the weekend, the action of Tuesday and Wednesday night Champions League night. Sadly, Neymar Jr. would be missing the game against RB Leipzig. We've got to see Messi, Mbappe, whose future still remains undecided, and I've got the likes of Gini right now. I'm also coming out to say he's not getting enough playing time. He's not happy at PSG. Well, I do believe it's time, and with time, I think he should get playing time in PSG. Though they've got a lot of stars as well. They've got Draxler, they've got Verratti, they've got so many quality players, but they've got Di Maria as well, Messi. Yeah, they're not. So just give it time, and I do think he's going to have his time as well. He's going to have his time to shine as well at Liverpool, just like he did as Liverpool. He's a Liverpool legend, by the way. So, I go for a 3-1, a 3-1 prediction in favour of Liverpool. It wouldn't be easy, or let me say it would rather come tricky. It's not the same Atletico side that faced Liverpool. A lot of changes have been made to the team. Same manager, but same mentality, same playing style, but a lot of things have changed. We've got older players. Luis Suarez, of course, will be playing against us today once again. This will be for the third time. He played in both legs when we crashed Barcelona out in 2019 when he really go into win the Champions League, playing against us at both legs, and this is really the third time he will be playing against Liverpool ever since he left. So let's see what becomes of him tonight. And also Antonio Griezmann is with the team now. You Felix. I mean, they've got a lot of quality in the team. I'd like to see what they'll punch out in the team tonight. I'll catch you probably after the game tomorrow. Peace. Get the done. Yeah.